You think mind control only exists in movies, but what if I told you there are real creatures on this planet that can take over another animal's mind? Not scare it, not chase it, not trick it, control it completely. And once it begins, there's no escape because the victim doesn't even know. It's no longer in charge. This is the dark side of nature most people never see. Let's start in the rainforest, where something straight out of a horror movie is happening every single day. There's a fungus, known as the zombie ant fungus. At first, the ant looks completely normal. It walks, it works, it follows its colony. Nothing seems wrong, but inside its body, something is growing. Slowly, silently, the fungus spreads. It feeds on the ant from the inside, moving through its muscles, creeping toward its brain, and then everything changes. The ant suddenly breaks away from its colony. No warning, no hesitation. It starts climbing up a plant, higher and higher, until it reaches the perfect spot. Then it does something strange. It bites down hard, locking its jaws onto a leaf. It can't let go, even if it wants to, even if it tries, because at this point, it's no longer in control. The fungus is, and then the ant dies. But that's not the end of the story. Days later, something horrifying happens. A long, thin stalk bursts out of the ant's head, growing upward, into the air, and from that stalk, spores are released, floating through the forest, looking for the next victim. More ants, to infect, to control, to kill. It's not just a fungus, it's a puppeteer. It's worse, because some parasites don't just control movement, they control emotions. There's a microscopic parasite that infects rats, and what it does is terrifying. Normally, rats are extremely cautious animals. They fear predators, especially cats. The smell of a cat alone is enough to send a rat running for its life. But once this parasite enters the rat's body, everything changes. It travels to the brain and begins to interfere with how the rat processes fear. Slowly, that fear disappears, and in its place, something unnatural grows. Attraction. Yes, attraction. The rat becomes drawn to the scent of cats. Instead of running away, it moves closer, curious. It's right in front of the one thing that should have terrified it. And then, it gets eaten. Exactly what the parasite wanted. Because inside the cat, the parasite can reproduce. Think about that for a second. A tiny organism, rewiring the brain, turning fear into desire, all just to complete its life cycle. Now ask yourself, if something can control what an animal feels, what else could it control? But nature doesn't stop there, because some parasites take full control of the body, like the horsehair worm. This one targets insects, like crickets. It starts small, entering the body unnoticed. Then it grows, longer and longer, filling the inside of the insect. But here's the problem. The worm needs water to survive. And crickets, they avoid water. So the worm does something unbelievable. It takes over. The cricket suddenly changes behavior. It stops acting normal. It begins to wander, aimlessly, until it finds water, a puddle, a stream, anything. And without hesitation, it jumps in. Even though it can't swim, even though it's certain death, the cricket drowns. And as its body sinks, something begins to emerge. A long, thin worm, slowly wriggling its way out of the insect's body, entering the water, free at last.